Okay, so I've had a few questions regarding particles. Like, sir, how do I put blood in the game, or how do I make smoke come out of the car? And so we're going to look today at particles. Now, what are particles? Particles, is a scientific term that generally means, this is probably totally wrong, just small things. When you think of particles, small things that move around. And that's really what particles are. You can't really interact with these particles. You don't have collision polygons with them, but they are really cool to add into your game and really easy. So let's go double click, and we're going to add a particle here. So we're going to make blood first. Make it red and just put a big red dot. I'll make it 60. There we go. So now let's test it out. Alright, so that's not quite what we want, is it? That's not what blood looks like. So you need to play around with the settings. So first of all, we would turn continuous spray off once. Now let's check it out. There we go, that looks a lot better. If you want it to go all the way around, you go spray cone and you change it to 60 to 360, like that. Boom, there we go. There are so many different ways you can do it. You just have to experiment. So maybe change the speed, just change the acceleration, things like that. Another thing you can do is add rain or add snow into your game. And so I'm going to draw a pretty drop of rain. There we go, there's my drop of rain. And so the way we do this one, sorry, that's a sprite. Go particle, drop of rain. Okay. Oh, there we go. So let's see what that looks like now. So that one isn't working right, is it? So first of all, we're going to rotate it to 90 degrees. Alright, so we want it to come down like that. Awesome. The next step we're going to do is we're going to slow the speed down to about 100. Oh, not 10, 100. We're going to set the size to maybe 10. Just make that small one. We're going to set it to 10. We're going to change timeout to 3. Now let's have a look at what that looks like. So it's going up. So let's change gravity to 10. Still not quite right. Just change acceleration to 150. There we go. That's starting to look like rain. So if you wanted it to look like rain, all you'll do is copy this, Control V, and now it would look a lot more like rain. If you wanted to make sure that you didn't have this triangle bit here without any rain, all you would do is select all of them. Select all of them and just drag it up a bit more. Now let's check that out. There we go, perfect. So that looks like it's raining. We can still play around with the cone, spray cone, maybe make it 30 degrees instead. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, so that's starting to look more and more like rain. And we can just keep on adding more in between there to give it a far more real life effect. So that's particles. One other thing we're going to show you in particles, hopefully if I get enough time, is fire. So you can add, things like fire. Oh, you see my energy bill. Fire. .png. So let's save this one here. So you can add other elements, alright? It doesn't just have to be square or circle. You can add actual images. Come on. Let's paste. Didn't like that. Enlarge canvas, sure. Alright, there we go. So there's our fire. It's a big one. Whoa, why is it not moving? Oh, it's here. Okay, let's have a look what happens here. So there, it's going fire, and all we need to do is just play with this a bit. So instead of going to the left, we change this to 0.5. It's all about experimenting. Change the gravity to change the spray cone to say 20, and let's check that out. Well, change speed to say 10. Now let's have a look at how that looks. So getting there, we need to make it go up, which is just simply making this really small. Resize this to say 300, 300. Yeah. And we just need to change the angle to 90. Like that. Now let's check that out. See, there we go. It's starting to look like fire. Don't know if you can see that properly. I'll just magnify that in quickly. My computer is so slow. Alright, there we go. Yeah, come in. Alright, good work.